Alright, Dimitri, I've opened up a file. It's bigger than the one that I'm sending you right away, but if you'd like this one too, we can bring it in. And so you should be able to see my cursor and such, and I can rotate around. You'll be able to do all this. You can rotate, and I'll show you how to use some of the different things. What tools will be missing for you, and you can ask me to clean some stuff up if it's necessary. But I've cleaned up a lot of this. It's just there are some artifacts. This is like wiring that's running through the house, and so I can go into here, and then once I double click, it selects it. I can hit delete. So it's pretty clean, but it's not perfectly clean, and it does take quite a bit of effort to get all of it. So I try to get rid of some of the larger things. This would be probably some of the duct run, and this stuff can be in your way. So I've tried to remove a lot of the ducts that you'll see in the photographs that we have of this building. So when the ducts are missing, it's because I've cut them out. So that's one thing that I've done. Now, the tools that you'll have at your disposal that are most important. I'm going to save this real quick. Save my little changes there. So when I export, those are those RCS files that I've been attaching to AutoCAD. Here, one thing you can do is turn off perspective. You can turn on and off mirror balls. I'll show you those. But I work mostly with perspective off. And then if you go to this orbit tool, and I'm using a standard mouse, I'm on my small machine, so this is not a super deluxe video card. It's nice, but it's not crazy nice. And so you can just pull and maneuver to move this around, and when you let go, it'll sharpen up the image. And you can see there's some sort of cabinet in there. I'll probably get rid of big stuff like that. So I'll clean this up a little bit more. You can see there's still, you can see the tub and shower in case you're lost as to what room's what. You can match these up. The ceilings in this one, some of the smaller files, I got rid of the ceilings, so you're going to see that this is blank. And then I did also save them by floor. Now, if you want the full version, there's another thing that you can use. So at any point, you can clip stuff out yourself. And I use fence for the most part, because these buildings just are not square enough to really utilize this tool. But if you grab, oops, I'm still in the selection set there. So sometimes I have to hit top if it's locked in like that, and then it's not doing what I want. So I'll go top here, and let's say that I really want to just take a look at this room here. So I go to fence. So like this here, I can tell this is just some junk. And so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. You won't be able to do that. But what you could have done, so I'm going to hit Control Z and Control Z again. I brought that back. You could make a fence here. And I believe that you have the ability to cut out. You just can't delete it. So if I go here and I've selected that, I clip outside. Now if I clip inside, it's going to get rid of this. But if this is what I want to see, and I don't want the other stuff in my way, I can clip outside. Then I can come up here to the rotate tool, and I can just manage this room. And you can keep doing that. So if the siding was in my way, I could come in here, I could take a slice off the front, and then I can clip inside this time, and I've removed that. And so you can see that there's still some stuff left, but there's other things that you can use to get this down, like maybe the whole wall you want out of your way, or some of them I've removed all this. So all you're going to see is the studs on the one that I've given you, and I get rid of the windows and the screen that's in there because it's just in the way. It's not doing us any good. But it can help you by coming into these and being able to look, oh, that's 3 boards, and then you come up underneath, and there's enough detail here that you can see there's a board line, there's one, and there's one. So you can tell this is 3 members in that particular location. Now, you may have this on by default, and I think mine is turned off by default. But if you come in to here, this eye lets you do different things. And you can turn the perspective back on if you want. You can also change the way this looks. So I can go to scan location, gives you that color, or you can do this color scheme, elevation color scheme, RGB. RGB I use a bit, and then I use intensity a bit. I use intensity probably the most. Now, you can also come to this screen, this monitor, go here and turn on these things called mirror balls. And what those are those are the stations. And you can kind of hover over one, and you can see that that is the image that was captured by the tripod. And if you want to go inside this room right now, I can click here. It'll take me inside the room, and you're going to see it turn right into 3D. It's taking a moment. There we go. It'll probably go a little faster once you've done it the first few times because it's downloading for me from the cloud right now. So you can see all those wires and stuff that were there. And you can switch back and forth. Once you've done it once, it's pretty easy to go back and forth. Now you can hit this real view without changing its location, and you can flip back and forth pretty quick to identify what you're looking at. And then when you're in here, you can also rotate this, and I can either go to another location, or I could go back to my 3D view, and boom, there it is, but I've cut out that back area. So I'm going to go here, not unclip all at this point. I'm going to unclip last, and it's going to unclip what I snapped out of there. Taking a minute, or it didn't get it. So I'm going to click it again. Or, oh, I had clipped out some smaller stuff. That's why I was doing that. So now you can see that it's even showing more. So if I go to my real view, you can watch that thing, and boom, there it is. So I can rotate it some more, and then I can turn it into a 3D view right away. And so if I wanted to go down here, I can click down here. It's going to bring me down there right now. Now it's downloading from the cloud again. I do this on my other main machine, so each of these right now is having to pull it in from the cloud, so it's acting pretty slow. But once you've got these loaded up and you're not going back and forth into the cloud, you'll see that stuff like this junk that's in here, when I go to the 3D view, oh, it's not there for the moment because I actually don't have it down far enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to deal with that. So I'm going to go back to this orbit cube, and I don't use the mirror balls too much because a lot of times they're in the way because I can't, if I click right now, it's going to go into that ball. I can go over here and then rotate it. But if I try and click in here and rotate it, it's going to go right in. Oh, no, it let me do it because I held down the button. But it can sometimes cause you a problem if you're trying to select, then it will get in your way. Now you can select in it inside a ball as long as it's not your first point of select. So if I had this rotated and I wanted to capture this area and I wanted to come right to here for some reason, then as long as I go to my here and I go and pick outside, oh, turn it blue. Turn it blue. You can't just click on it once. You got to make sure it turns blue. Come over here, over here. Now I can click in the ball because I've already started the selection. Double click, and now I can clip outside, and I can just look at this wall real closely and see what's going on. So you can do this with anything. You can come right in on it, on anything you want, and do multiple selections. So I'm going to unclip last, and just because I don't think that there's anything that's clipped at the moment, I'm going to go, you can see it doesn't have any, there's no more unclip. But what there is a limit box, which I have set right now. Now, in the ones that I've given you that are just by level, there won't be a whole lot you can do with limit box. But if you want the whole thing, I can hit this edit. And sometimes it gets finicky. if you click on this and it doesn't turn green, hit escape a couple times. Now do it again. Edit, click on it, and it's still being finicky. So I'm going to keep trying it. Edit, click on it. If it doesn't, go to confirm. Oh, I accidentally clicked a bubble. I'm going to go back to that 3D view. Let's back out. I need to back out because I'm too close. And that's why sometimes I will not work with these balls on. So let's turn those off for a minute just so they're not causing us a problem. When you come out, when you have the balls on and you've gone into one, you've got to turn your perspective off again because it will, in order for it to line up those images have perspective in them because they're photographs. So, but limit box, click it, you can see it's still giving us a problem. So I'm going to hit confirm. And I'm going to hit escape a couple times. Go to limit box, go to edit. Now click it. See it turn green? Now I can go up and I can select different areas, or I could go down. So you can set this anywhere you want. And if I wanted to go down and look at, okay, here's my floor, and then I've got that set. Now I can click the top and then I can pull it down. And let's say I get it down here, and then back here I want to pull this in so I'm not dealing with all this grass. If I hold the shift, it'll go through to what's beyond, and now I can pull that in. And as you make it closer to this, and once you hit confirm, then when you start to hit this, it's going to keep that region, that area, as your selection set area. And so in these other ones, I've cleaned up all this junk. You'll see the plywood's gone, and all you'll see is the floor. So this big full one, if you want it, I can get it to you. And then know that you can turn it over, and then you can escape, go to limit box, edit, and now I can click on this. It's giving me problems again. So limit box, edit, there, turned green. So you can either pull it down more to see the dirt that's in the floor system, or you can go up and through. You can stop at any location. And then what's kind of convenient is if you wanted to see like across it, I'm going to hit confirm here. Now I'm going to go to edit again, and you can cut. I have to hit escape. Just, I don't know why it's like this, but you can also click on that, and then you can go to limit box, reset. So there's my limit box, and I can grab this guy, turn it green, and I can cut sections through here. And then I can go shift and grab the one in the back. Oh, it didn't grab it. Oh, edit. I didn't save that, so escape, edit, click it, turn green, come in. Now click again to make sure it's staying there. Now it did it. Now say confirm. Now go to edit, hold the shift button down. Oops, I hit escape. Edit, hold the shift button down. I'll grab that back side, which is here. That's the bottom. I don't want the bottom. I want that back wall, which is this line here, there. I'm trying to narrow it down into this. So I'm going to hold shift there. Now I've got it, but it's not grabbing it. So I'm going to hit confirm, edit, hold the shift, grab it. I got it now. Now I can bring it down and I can look at just this wall if I wanted to. So know that you can do this with all of it. Once you're there and you confirm it, now it's going to stay in that location. And you can, so there's two things to narrow this down. One is to play with that limit box. And now I can say, okay, I've got the limit box here, but I've got a bunch of siding on this wall. So I want to take and switch this to fence, then make it blue, and then grab down, over, and out. And now I'm going to say cut inside, clip inside. And now when I rotate that, I should see those studs. So you can do this as with as much fidelity and finesse as you'd like. And here's the insulation. you'll see the installation is cleaned up in a lot of the stuff that I've given you. It's not this full one, but to clean up this full one, it takes literally probably at least a week to really get it nice. And it's delicate because I could accidentally cut out stuff that I don't want to by not knowing exactly what I'm looking at. But this is how I do my cleanup, is I'll then come in, and so as I'm working on stuff, I'll get rid of, and I don't see any real reason to keep that electric box. So in a lot of these, you're going to see that the box is gone. But if I wanted to just clean up and get rid of all this speckly stuff, which is just some debris that's in there, you can try and delete, and I think during your trial period you'll have the full function and you can clean these up yourself if there's anything that's in your way. But once your trial period's over, I don't think the editing features will remain, so you might lose these particular functions, but you'll still be able to get rid of stuff by clip inside. You just can't delete. And I don't think you can save once your trial period has ended. Now you can easily make this limit box and go to reset, and it's just going to go all the way the whole model. And now I can say unclip all if I want, and nothing will be clipped. So now this is everything in the model as it sits right now. That wall looks like it's missing. And let's see, what do we got? I don't know why that would be. Hopefully I didn't just accidentally, this is why it's like when I do stuff, I can hit delete and kill off something that I certainly didn't mean to. So, since I haven't, let's see what we got here. And I'll just go through Control Z's to get it back. I'm going to see if I can get that back where it was. I'm going to hit stop okay, so there may be an issue here because of the fence that was here, and maybe he couldn't scan this wall. What's strange about that is if you can't scan a wall because it's too close to another object, it still shouldn't keep us from this whole region of not being there. So limit box, reset. When I reset that, up here I should see siding. So I may have inadvertently gotten rid of that, but it's just the siding. So as long as I didn't cut out too much that we lost our studs, then we're in good shape. So I will look at that a little more, but to me, I think what we have is we're missing some data, probably based on where he could get the scan, and the only place that he could get that area was from inside. And so one thing I can do to verify that is if I go back here now that I'm way out here and I turn the mirror balls on, we can see the whole set of what was measured. And yeah, we don't have anything over here. This was private property, couldn't get to it. He should have come out here and given us a shot, and we would have caught more of that. Usually Ryan does a little better job of that, and it may, if I open up the original, there could be some edit issues that I caused, so I don't want to put the blame on him without knowing exactly what went down. So just remember your big tools are messing with this limit box, hitting edit, and then one thing I almost always do, I'm going to hit confirm, then I'm going to hit escape. Now when I hit edit, I should get those greens pretty easy. And I usually at least come in and I have these set to where it's not making any of the building disappear. Oops. Of course, if you do that, that makes it disappear. So I'm going to hit the shift and I went below it, pulled it up. Now I'm going to get it to where I can see there nothing's disappearing. Click, verify it turned blue, hit confirm if I want it, but I'm going to do this side, bring it in, come out till I see stuff stop disappearing, click it. Now I'm going to hit confirm, or I can hit confirm and do this, but I can also go to this upper portion of the cube way up here, see where I'm going, and click on that opposite upper corner. It'll flip it around for me, and now I can bring that one in, and then I can bring this one in, and when I confirm now and I hit home, boom, I'm in much closer. I'm not dealing with all that extra area. So that's kind of telling me there probably are some bubbles out here, and it's my editing that might have screwed that up. So at any rate, you can use the limit box, real view up here, using your orbit tool. You can use these others. You can see how they work, pan and stuff, the fly around. That kind of is just limited function of the orbit. And then you can turn your mirror balls off and on, and you can make them smaller too if they're like in your way and you want them to be smaller, but they're still there. They're harder to see, but they won't be in your way when you're trying to. Did I make them so small I can't see them at all? Mirror balls. And there, so there's one right there, there's one there, here, there. So I can come here, and then I can get myself right inside the house pretty quickly. It's one way to navigate if you'd like. You also have this map up here, so you can click on any of these. Now they're upstairs and downstairs, kind of overlaid over each other. So on 2-level homes, it's kind of a mess. But like I said, you can turn this and then click that real view, and boom, there it is. Now I can navigate and go right upstairs by clicking on this one. It'll take me right up there. I can zoom in. I can rotate. Oops, that's a selection. I want to grab this, rotate, and move it. And you can see that stuff's still selected that I just did. But if you haven't selected, it won't do anything. And if I were to go back to my fence and if I accidentally grab something, turn it blue, but that's not what I wanted, and I did want to grab this, then if you just select something else, your previous selection will go away. So I can see, nope, I wanted it to grab this. Double click, now it grabbed that. And so like if I'm trying to clean up, for instance, I wanted to get this pipe out of this wall, I could come in here and say clip outside, and then turn off my mirror balls because I really don't like them. I'm going to turn off my perspective, and then I'm going to show you one area that we got to be a little concerned with. Oh, I didn't get it. I thought I had it. I thought I grabbed the right section, so I will unselect this, unclip all, and then let's orbit, bring it out, and here's an area that we want to be. You can see all that ductwork that's in here. So I'm going to come over to where I'm here. I just want to see the first floor. So hit escape, limit box, edit, grab the top. It's not doing it for me, so I hit confirm. Go here again, edit, grab it, and now I can bring it up, turn green. You can see that it was doing it. Then I'm going to come down into this, so I've got all the top floor out of the way. Then I'm going to hold my shift, grab the bottom, bring it up, just to get stuff out of my way and make it cleaner to see what's going on. Now, I don't need, because I know where I'm going after, so I'm going to grab that wall. Oh, I'm going to have to confirm and then escape. If it won't do it for you, sometimes you got to confirm because you've moved enough. And then I'll grab this, bring it, get it out of the way, come over here, shift, grab that. It's not grabbing it, so that means, again, confirm. And then I'm going to back out. Oop, I hit my 3D ball. So it's going to go to 3D view here in a second. And I'm probably going to be upstairs considering where it's coming from. So you're not going to see this. This is going to probably disappear. I bet I'm upstairs. And I have to look around to see. Yes, I am upstairs. And I could tell just from the angle of attack what was going to happen. And so I was in a mirror ball that was upstairs. Now, if I just scroll myself downstairs and get a mirror ball down there, then it would be fine. So, but that's not what I'm after at the moment. What I want to do is I'm going to back out to where I can see more. I'm going to go to this edit. I'm going to see if I can grab that back wall. I'm going to bring it in. And about there should be fine. Confirm. And then one of our areas that we need to be looking at is, if you look what they did here, in this wall, I believe, it's where this bathroom is. Through here, they've got this pipe running through here, and they cut every stud almost clean through. And so that's an area where there's some issues. They did it right here. You can see the pipe coming through here, turning, and going right through all these studs. So if I get in here, and I think he may have got us a view inside. Just in case he didn't, let's go to this side. And then to see this, if I want to, go to my real view. It's going to move me over a little bit to wherever the camera was actually stationed. And then it's going to turn it on. Again, it's downloading from the cloud, so this is taking a moment. It is really taking a moment. Here we go. It's starting to come through. I can see it trying to feed in. And there it is. Boom, boom, and right through those studs. So if I wanted a better view of that, I can look around. And if I come back up here again, turn my mirror balls on, I can see if there's a mirror ball in a good location to where I can really see what's happening there. This one's too far down the road, or I gotta remember what I did here. If I go to mirror balls, oops, mirror ball, and then turn this back up, now I can see it is inside this room. So it looked like it was beyond. I'm just not used to looking at them that small. So if I click on this one, it's going to move me over to that location. Then I can turn sideways and you can see, get a better view of what is cut through right there. So again, it's doing the, now I can turn it by rotating it and you can see from here, you can go to the other side of the wall. Now, since I was just on this one, when I click on this, now it's downloaded from the cloud. So you can see, I can go back and forth now. Once you've got these downloaded, anytime you do a new one, it'll then be downloaded and you can go right to it. So that one over there would be another way to look at, here's that pipe going through, all that stuff there. And you can zoom in closer if you want. And then you can, of course, pop into your 3D view and you can see what you're looking at. So that's how you get around in this thing. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call.